guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Teacher Daniela with VIPKID, and if you want, you can check me out at Teacher Daniela's Tips. All right, let's get started. Today I'm making this video so that I can share with you what I use as my props. At the beginning, I wanted to buy everything I possibly could, dollar store, Walmart, Target, you name it, I was looking for it. And then I found out about Google Slides. So I'm going to be talking to you in a two-parter. This is part number one, and part number one is going to be covering props that I use that I feel are essential in the classroom, even after a year and almost a half of teaching, that I use consistently. And then in part two video, I'm going to talk to you about what props I use on Google Slides, how to get Google Slides, how to use Google Slides during the class, and how to manipulate it on your ManyCam. And I will talk to you about all of that in the next video. All right, let's get started with our first video. Okay, so the most essential props that I would suggest are definitely whiteboard. You definitely want to get whiteboards. I got these three, in fact it was a pack of three at Walmart when the school season started, and it was only $5 for three of them. So you can absolutely find things at other places other than the dollar store for less money. You just have to know when to go, or you have to just get really lucky like I did and walk in at the right time. So whiteboards. Of course, they have this adorable, which of course I had to buy at the beginning, this adorable VIPKID whiteboard, which is a two-sider. I love using this as well because, again, I can put something on the front and then for that same class, flip it over and then they see it there. I use it a lot with conjugations, or if I'm writing out an entire sentence and they have to tell me what verb to use and in what conjugated form, then I write the conjugated form on the other side. So they enjoy it, I enjoy it, it's a visual reminder, and it's also confirmation that they're doing the right thing when they see what they said is already written. Another prop number two, I would say would be the things that I made. I made a lot of things, as you probably will, and if you're one of my referrals, you will get this all in your welcome package from me. And things in there will be like Meg and Mike, all of the characters in level 1. Now these are the older classes, so these are for the kids who are still taking those country classes. And you've got countries, we've got Italy, we've got all over China, America, all over. So I will supply you with that part. I am a laminating queen since I was in the classroom for 16 years. So I laminate everything. So you have to be careful when you're using it with the camera. You want to make sure that you go up close to the camera like this and not like this where they can't even see it and the glare is so distracting. So make sure that you go up to the camera like this so that they can see it. And sometimes even Mike's head will fall and I'll go, oh, who is this? And that's okay too. I used dowels. I went to Michael's. I have 4 teenagers, and so they always are working on arts and crafts of some kind or making little inventions or whatever. Sorry, not little. They're making their inventions. And so the wooden dowel is something that we already had, and I just got a little bit of hot glue. And sometimes I even just use tape if I needed it right then and there and it fell off the hot glue because of the laminated surface. That was okay too. But this works really well because then I can hold them up, especially when you're in the later, the higher levels and you have Dino speaking and then the child is going to be Meg, or the child needs to respond for Mike and you are speaking as Meg. So you can do this to cue them as to what they need to say, and instead of saying it or writing it on the screen. So another way to help you, okay? So those are a lot of things that I printed out. Again, these are my most used ones. That's why they're in this special little vase. I have a flower because I am always talking to the kids about growth or plants or colors. Later on when you get into the animal unit, in level 4, I think it is, level 3, no, level 4, I think. And we're talking about pollinating and things like that. If that's what you do, a flower comes in handy, especially when it has that yellow up there to show that it has been, that it has the pollen there to be pollinated. These little guys also, green and pink, an airplane for sure, using the airplane a lot. And then I have a Mickey finger because my classroom is all about Mickey Mouse, or it used to be, and now I use the Mickey finger to point, and the kids love it, especially the younger ones. Okay, moving on. I wanted this to be a short video. Haha. All of these things that I have made. So here's a happy face and a frowny face. Again, I will include all of this for you in your welcome packet. If you become one of my referrals, I will put my referral link down below, and just let me know how I can help you. It's been amazing for me to find this online teaching business because I love teaching. I loved it. And if you saw any of my other videos, I miss my students. I miss not seeing them on campus, you know, in the halls and everything. And I always kept in touch with my students. In fact, a lot of students are now watching my videos on YouTube. So hi guys. And it's so wonderful to be able to teach using these props and being effective. I won't say just as effective because obviously there's something different with being in person versus online. However, I am incredibly impressed with how quickly you can build that rapport and have a good time, and the children are having a good time, and they are learning without too much effort, I'll say. Another one I printed out was this one, the birthday cake. As soon as I meet a new student, I ask them what is their name. I tell them my name. I say my name is, and I usually have right down here, Teacher Daniela. In fact, I'll pop it up right now using my ManyCam. And it says, my name is Teacher Daniela. And then I'll say, Teacher Daniela, Teacher Daniela, what is your name? And I'll usually get really excited when they say my name. So I'll say, my name is Teacher Daniela. Wow, good job, Daniela. Like it's a huge name. So usually they have a smile immediately, and then I ask them, what's your name? And then they go ahead and they tell me. And I cup my ear to listen to them when I'm asking them a question as well, and they get to know that in the classroom. So it's not always I say, you say, I say, you say. It's a question, and then they're giving the answer. And again, they pick up on that and my classroom management very quickly. So that's great. And then the next question is, how old are you? So if it's an older kid, I'll say, how old are you? And usually by the time I go to pick up my cake, they're already saying, I'm 13 years old. Wow, 13 years old, big boy. Okay. If it's a little one, how old are you? 1, 2, and then they're real proud to go, 4, I'm 5. And then you have that rapport as well. So that's another one that I made. I actually have an entire box of things that I made, which I'm obviously not going to go through. I teach levels, level 1 all the way to level 5, and I believe I'm going to go ahead and continue with my students into level 6 and 7, but I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it. I'll make a video on that because for those of us who are more comfortable teaching the younger, although I have to say my niche is definitely 4-5. That's definitely my niche, although the little ones love me for some reason, so that works too. But to go into 6-7 is a different world entirely, I think. So I would love to share that with you. Okay, the next thing I would get is a ball. Definitely get a ball, preferably a soccer ball, because we talk about soccer as a pastime, as a sport in several countries, not only in China. We also talk about it in Britain. We also talk about it in Italy. We also talk about it in America. The next thing that I would get is at Party City. I got this. It was on sale for $1.99, and I actually got this for a birthday party of my children, and I ended up keeping it. And it's so great because I teach my students early on that when we're going to act, action. like you're in the movies. And even the little ones understand it. I have another prop that I made that I hold up that is a movie screen with popcorn and then also a movie reel, so they know. And I'll say, "Ooh, act happy, act sad." And they know right away. And they love it. They love it. In fact, if I don't grab it for the older ones, they say, "Teacher Daniela, action, action." So that's another prop. Another one is, I know a lot of people use the color wheel, and at the beginning of my teaching, I did print out a color wheel. But this is just fun. This is one of those things I found at the dollar store. And sometimes when I'm doing colors with a student and we're at the beginning, we're just doing that warm up, I'm going to say to them, "Okay, what color is this? Red. What is red? An apple. Yes. Next. What color is this? Green. Good. What is green? A green ball? Yes. Good." And then just keep going. And they love it. They love it. You love it. Just watch your time. That's the only thing. The only thing other than that I would purchase is food. There is a lot of food, and it's really important, in my opinion, to show it to them, to show yourself eating it and so good. Then there's a unit where we talk about good, delicious, and yucky. And so we want to be able to say, for example, the lemon is sour. So we don't say it's yucky, but we say, sour, and they just start roaring laughing as they say the word sour and get that vocabulary under their belts. So definitely play food. Again, we're talking a couple of dollars. You can get it at the dollar store, at Walmart. I think I got this one at Target because it was one of those, again, at the beginning of the school year. Those are all my props that I would suggest that you do get. The only other prop, if you will, comes back to my notebook, so that I can go ahead my spiral and I can take those anecdotal notes. Again, at the beginning, it was what class they're taking, what do we have to do, what are learning objectives, and breaking it down every single thing. It took forever. By the time I finished writing all those out, it was class time. By the time I was done with class, it was feedback time. By the time I was done with feedback, it was bedtime. And then the routine started all over again. Exhausting. So instead, I always look at my classes the day before. If I have a short notice, then I look at it as soon as I get it. So I have a notification bell that goes off on my phone, and I listen to that very carefully. I also have it set to my watch. So if your husband is a light sleeper like mine is, then it's really important to have that notification come through, buzzing you, and that way you feel it, as opposed to it waking somebody up in the household, whether it's your husband or somebody else. Those are all the props that I would suggest that you have. You don't need to have any of them. You can have all of them. You can have even more. It's up to you. That's the beauty of this job. It's up to you. You are the teacher. You are the one planning your curriculum. You are the one getting your materials. You are the one making the connection with your students. That's it. All right. Okay, guys, if this was helpful for you, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. You also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos that are coming out. Part 2 is going to be coming out in a couple of days, not even a week. In a couple of days, I will have part 2, which is going to be about the digital props. And wow, you're going to save so much money with digital props if you end up going this route. I know I have. And other than that, please, please, please hit that like button if you enjoyed my video. I know it doesn't take much for you to hit that like button. Sometimes I'm watching people's videos and I'm going, did I hit that like button? Please double make sure that you hit that like button if you liked anything I said in the video. It really helps my channel to grow, and it really enables me to make more videos for you and to help you, because I am so much happier after finding this job and after finding online teaching and working with these kiddos. And I know that you can find the same happiness if that's what you want. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, don't forget to check me out at Teacher Daniela's Tips. I've got some goodies, tricks of the trade, and also tips there. And I also am going to be starting a web page. I haven't started it officially yet, but you're helping me get it started, so it's happening. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Happy teaching.